carefully spread the butter evenly between the skin and the breast. Massage the whole chicken. Okay.
Looking good, Mandy. And what you're cooking looks good too.
I've completed the tarragon butter and now I have to stuff that carefully underneath the skin. I've done that 1,000 times before.
You're a natural, Mandy.
But also, you can't afford to get too cocky here because if I break that skin, it's game over.
Truss the legs. Place it in the roasting dish. Let's go, come on.
Nigella's roast chicken, she sort of cooks it in the same way I do. Butter and herbs underneath the skin, and it's just bringing back so many memories from my home that it's sort of making me a little bit homesick. More than ever, I just want to impress Nigella today and feed her a delicious meal. I don't want to let her down again, and today's my day to redeem myself.
Ooh, Abby. Beautiful colour.
I decided to take the chicken out early and just follow my intuitive sort of cooking style that I would do at home, and it's a bit scary.
I need a lot of flavour in my jus. It will just add to the beautiful chicken. I just need my veggies to come along and sort of crisp up. I've had a few things in the oven together, so the potatoes are taking a bit longer than I need.
I check on my potatoes and I'm a little bit worried at how they're cooking. At home, I feel like they would have almost been cooked by now, but I'm a little worried that they're not. They're not crisping as much as I'd like, so I wouldn't usually do this, but I decided to turn them over just to get a little bit of a brownness from the bottom of the pan happening. There's 3 minutes left to go and I'm not happy with my potatoes. They have to be perfect, so I get them straight into a pan of butter.
Come on, Abby.
I want them to be super crispy and have that beautiful, decadent, buttery taste that I really love so much. I chuck some beautiful fresh tarragon in and I'm just drowning them in butter.
Come on, Abby, get it on the plate.
But I think I'm down to the last minute.
1 minute to go, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Well done.
Susan, your taters.
Leah, they look delicious.
They look so good.
You can use the flavour in the pan as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on, guys, let's do it. Come on, let's get it done.
Come on, finish it, check it, perfect it, let's go!
It's a full jug at least.
Yes, home stretch.
Oh, beautiful. Looks nice, Larry. Come on, Mandy.
Go, Mandy.
Do you think you've done enough?
I feel like I have. There's so much flavour in that dish and in that combination, and I'm really proud of what I did. I don't really have any regrets.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It does.
It does, those look good.
I mean, these potatoes, there's no way they're not going to be crunchy and full of flavour, is it?
That's beautiful, that golden skin there.
That looks really nicely cooked.
I'm sorry, I can't wait. I've got to have a bit of this. That is divine.
Let's be honest, best looking dish so far.
Look at this, look how golden, look at all these colours.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, yum.
It's good, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh, yum. Oh, my God.
Lemon on the fennel. I was really worried when I saw the potatoes not working. I really thought that was it. This is singing. This was just pleasure on a plate.
Yeah, great.
The feeling for flavour in it is so good. It's both hearty but refined at the same time, which I really love.
Chicken cooked beautifully. The fennel's soft and delicious. The sauce is seasoned right to the edge, but it helps everything tie together.
You know, when we talk about MasterChef it up, this is a proper restaurant dish. It's sophisticated, the sauce is delicious, it delivers in spades.
The really great roast chicken meals are a warm hug of deliciousness, and that's exactly what this plate. It's a delicious dish.
Yeah.
I'm tasting my filling and I'm loving it.
Okay, it's good.
Well, it is really rich. It's very classical coq au vin flavour. So with 40 minutes to go, it's time to assemble the pie. Pies are an absolute linchpin of Jam Face, my business. I love making them. I make a lot of them. For the WOW Challenge, I made a stout braised beef pie with a blue cheese crust.
Wow.
That went down really well. And now I kind of have to trump that.
The expectation is through the bloody roof.
Yeah.
How's your coq au vin gonna trump that thing?
I've got porcini in there. I've got cognac, red wine.
What kind of pastry did you do?
Smoked cheddar.
Oh yeah, what's the sauce?
I actually didn't do a sauce because it's just the red wine reduction.
No, we need a sauce.
Oh no, the sauce. No. Sorry, pea.
Oh,
pea
I was
mix.
gonna say.
Sorry, I thought you meant in the pie. Andy, go away.
I'm feeling really comfortable. My pie's in the oven. And I'm just starting my pea and mint sauce.
Po exotic pie.
Po's gonna kill me. She taught me how to fold a pie once.
And you've let her down. I'm cooking a chicken, leek and pancetta pie with a large short crust pastry. Blonde pastry is terrible, like it has no flavour, it's gonna fall apart. So these little pies need a good 30 to 40 minutes in the oven.
Oh, tell me what we got.
I've made a coq au vin pie with a smoked cheddar crust and a pea and mint sauce.
Well, it looks perfectly formed to me, so I think we should crack into it and see. The all-important reveal.
Yes.
She packed. Perfect coq au vin. That is textbook in terms of flavour and balance.
The pastry, I'm putting cheese into my pastry every time. Not just flavour-wise, but texture-wise as well. I've never had a pie pastry that good. The filling inside, it sings of wine, cognac, the hard herbs.
What's inside is just so generous and hearty and homely. And the refinement of the sauce is lovely. You've kept some freshness about it. Thank you for bringing us another perfect pie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Po.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Brendan, what's going on there?
I've made a Mauritian beef curry pie, coriander mint yogurt sauce.
This is a pie and sauce challenge, and boy, did you bring us a pie and sauce combo. You have managed to jam so much flavour into this pie. Super delicious.
Thanks, Mel.
You've really flown the flag here for Mauritian cooking.
Your rough puff is so good. Depth of flavour, like 5A+.
Laura, what have we done?
It's a pork and fennel pie with a tomato chili relish.
It is really densely compacted with flavour. Pork belly, really nice and succulent. And that jammy, saucy number that you've paired it with works really well with the pie flavours.
Thank you.
Amelia.
So this is a chicken, pancetta and leek pie, tomato and apple chutney on the side.
Never had a better chicken pie than that. That was a cracker. And the pastry, really good.
Thank you.
Really smart going bold flavours of leek, the chicken and the pancetta. Pie perfection, really. Well done.
Well done, Amelia.
I'm doing a pumpkin, cumin and chestnut mille-feuille.
A millefeuille is basically a French vanilla slice. It's layers of puff pastry with cream in the middle. For a millefeuille to be a millefeuille, the pastry needs to have a lot of layers and it needs to be super flaky. To get the flakiness, you need to fold your pastry with butter in the middle so that when you cook it, that butter melts and creates those little air pockets.
I really need to get moving on my pastry. If it's not perfect, my whole dish won't work.
Puff pastry is probably one of the hardest pastries to make in 60 minutes, but I'm just going to push as hard as I can.
I'm feeling really confident with Nigella's mystery box. I've learnt so much from her cookbooks and I can't wait to show her a few techniques. I'm making a pumpkin phyllo stack today. Phyllo is pretty quick to make. It's just one layer of pastry. The trick is getting it really thin.
Oh my goodness, you're
doing phyllo.
You're doing your own phyllo. I
Yes,
love it.
I
That's
am.
great.
You're meant to be able to read a newspaper through a sheet.
I reckon I can see your fingerprints through there.
I'm really impressed. I'm doing like a open phyllo pumpkin pie. So I've got a layer of roasted pumpkin, a layer of mashed pumpkin, the phyllo in between.
Yeah. You've got a wee bit to do, but I really hope you pull it off.
Good luck, then. Thank you, Nigella.
I'll be pushing it, but I want to challenge myself and I really want to nail it.
Nigella has to taste my dish today. It's not an option, she has to, and I'm going to cook my heart out and really get there.
She is a domestic goddess, and right now, my goal is to just cook good, simple food today.
Today I'm going to make cumin and ginger chicken and a pumpkin and chestnut puree. The process of the chicken is I want a crispy skin because I know Nigella likes crispy skins.
I hope this works.
I put skin down onto a hot pan for about 3 or 4 minutes before I pop that into the oven.
This is beautiful.
To give my dish a lovely warmth, I'm also going to hero the ginger.
I'm going to try and fry up some of my ginger just to see how that looks.
I think it's going to add something quite special to this dish.
Bacon on the second layer. Today I'm using phyllo pastry to do an open phyllo pumpkin pie. I've got the phyllo in the oven. Now I've got to move on to my pumpkin. Okay, so I need to make sure there's as much flavour in that pumpkin as possible. In between the crispy phyllo sheets, it's really all I've got. Pumpkin can be really sweet. So I've got some cumin, I've got some salty feta and some pancetta all into my mash to get that smoky, salty flavour. So good. It tastes amazing. The creaminess of the pumpkin and the crunch of the phyllo should give this really nice texture that I'm hoping will impress Nigella. Now it all depends on that phyllo pastry. If it's not crispy and golden, I won't be able to stack my layers and my dish won't have the crunch it needs.
I'm just waiting for it to brown a little bit. And it's going to be right down the line for plate up.
Let's go. Move.
I'm happy.
Go for your life.
Yum, yum. I'm tasting the pumpkin puree and I'm getting a big hit of cumin, which is awesome. That's exactly what I wanted, to give a nice, big, bold, punchy flavour to this dish.
Well, good, man.
It's going brown.
I checked my phyllo. It's nice and crisp and golden. I've got all my elements there and I start the stack. Phyllo, pumpkin mash, phyllo, sprinkle of bacon and then beautiful ginger syrup dripping around. I'm so happy with the balance of flavours and textures. I'm really hoping it will impress Nigella today.
All my elements are ready and I'm just waiting on this puff pastry. Can't wait anymore. I take it out of the oven and I really need the pastry to just flake like a millefeuille should. It doesn't. The pastry's turned out flat instead of being nice and airy. I'm just gutted, but I have no choice. I have to plate this up. I know the flavours work well, so I'm really hoping that's enough to get my dish tasted.
Really hoped that this would happen today. It is food from the heart and someone that I would love to impress, so it's a big deal.
Menu description?
It's an open phyllo pumpkin pie.
Wow.
That looks glorious, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Can't wait for Nigella to try it. I've learnt a lot from your cookbooks, so yeah, it's a real privilege.
Rather big mouthful, but never mind. Never stopped me before. Is that your bit?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
You can tell. I think the contrast of textures is fantastic. But more than that, I love the flavours. The smokiness and subtlety means that you keep wanting to go back in for more. This is something that creates joy.
Perfect.
There's a highlight for me of the stuff we've eaten on the show this year. I love the creaminess from the puree, crunch from the phyllo. It's a delicious dish.
You know, there are moments in the competition which we all love, where a contestant puts up a surprising and delicious dish, an unexpected dish, and we all kind of shake our hands and go, yeah, fantastic, that's what the show's all about, and that's exactly what you've done there. Well done.
Well done, Heather.
My heart's beating so fast. I'm super proud of myself. This is why I'm here, and this is the level I want to be at.
Next up, Jimmy.
Nigella Lawson is going to be tasting my food. My food is going to be in her belly. Oh, my goodness.
Always ready to eat.
Jimmy, you happy?
I'm really happy.
You should be too. So what's the dish?
The dish is chicken thigh with ginger and cumin. And I've got puree of pumpkin and chestnuts.
Good stuff.
I'm loving this, that sort of burnt hay of the ginger.
I'd love to see more of the crispy golden skin, because I know that's one of the things that Nigella's a big fan of. But hopefully it's under that crispy ginger on the top.
Right. Yeah, gentlemen?
Yeah,
please.
Can we talk amongst yourselves?
No,
I'm just eating.
Jimmy and I we're just having a moment being this close to you eating.
I think, you know, what Matt said earlier about the chicken skin would have been great to have that, because there's that thing of crunch. I actually think the ginger could have come up even more, but I don't know whether that's because the pancetta is so incisive in its salinity.
Does that mean it's kind of strong and salty?
Yeah, you got it. But I think it's got a rather a laid-back sort of warmth that I like.
I think it's delicious. I love the cumin, I love the chestnuts, and I love the fact that even though the chicken skin's not crispy, I think at least it's golden brown. You get a nice hit of ginger, and it's delicious, let's be honest.
Well done, Jimmy. Great.
Well done, Jimmy. I know I haven't been able to create a classic mille-feuille today, but I'm just hoping the judges will still love the flavours. I've made a mille-feuille with pumpkin and chestnut cream and cumin crumb.
Slightly difficult you had to stick to calling it a mille-feuille, because it isn't a mille-feuille, but you know, which means 1,000 leaves.
Yeah.
But actually, it's kind of a successful failure, which is that it's not mille-feuille, but what's happened, I think, is that those sheets of pastry taste like caramelized butter cookies. There really is something just so good about those flavors. And if you think of it as biscuit, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job,
Thank you. I'm still happy with the successful failure. There are things that I need to work on, but the feedback is awesome.
Next up, Charlie.
I've done a crispy skin chicken with a cumin and feta pumpkin puree, chestnut and pancetta crumb, and just some fried ginger on top.
Would you like to do the honours?
Right, I'm going to take a bit of everything. I'm going to take a bit of this bacon and chestnut confetti.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, that's a good word.
Hang on,
Write that one down,
write
George.
that one down.
Write that down.
Confetti. Crumbs are dead.
You just ate with your knife.
I know. I do it all the time.
He does it the whole time. Thank you, Nigella. He eats off his knife. It's a disgrace. Stop it,
No.
George.
Really good. Absolutely delicious. It's really interesting when I compare it to Jimmy's dish. On Jimmy's, love the cumin, love the caramelisation on the chicken. But now I've tasted that, you've turned up the volume. You've just gone, let's max it out, full volume on the cumin, that lovely sweetness in the pumpkin. That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks, Gary.
The flavour you've got in that puree is fabulous.
Thank you.
That is my type of food.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
All you need for the perfect mashed potato is this recipe. Simplicity is one thing, but simplicity done perfectly, that's what MasterChef's all about. Because I'm smoking the potatoes in eucalyptus, I have got a tray with some dried eucalyptus leaves. I've got a little rack over the top. My potatoes, a skewer, and I am gonna just get angry with the potatoes so as the smoke can penetrate into the potato. Onto our tray. Now, some more eucalyptus leaves on top. So, on fire, literally. Let it get going. Tin foil on. Trap all that smoke in there. Straight in the oven, okay? 180 degrees, roughly 40 minutes to an hour, until you can put the skewer straight through the potato and it just slides straight into the potato, right? So I have got here a bowl, a drum sieve that fits on top of the bowl, yeah? Plastic scraper with which to push the potatoes through the sieve. Cut our potatoes using our plastic scraper, push it. I'm not scraping and dragging, okay? That's really important. As soon as you start working that potato in any way, it's going to turn to chewing gum. Hot potatoes. You cannot do this while they're cold. You'll end up with a lumpy mash, and pass it twice. So the second time through, similar scenario, I'm pushing it. Next, what do we put in mashed potato to make it rich and delicious and amazing? Butter. Butter, correct. Then what? Milk. Every time. Some salt and sometimes some white pepper, depending on what the dish is, okay? So our potato goes into our pan. While it's still warm, guys, yeah? Really important. And then we're gonna get the butter in there. I've got 5 small potatoes in there, and there would be about 100 grams of butter in there so far. So we're working that butter. I'm not using a whisk, I'm using a rubber spatula, and I'm folding the butter into the potatoes. Really important that you fold it in. You're not like vigorously working it by any means. We're looking to have in this pan a split, horrible mess. That's when you stop adding butter, right? And every potato is different. So some potatoes you might need 150 grams. Some you might need 200 grams. This is where you need to use your instincts as a cook, yeah? Not quite enough butter. So I'm gonna add another, say, 40 grams of butter. Now the next important thing is about the milk. The milk needs to be cold, yeah? Because we wanna shock the butter and the starch back together again, right? That's how we're gonna rescue this split mess that's in the pan. The other thing worth mentioning here is the smoky eucalyptus aroma in here right now is unbelievable. It's flavor. If you can smell it, you're gonna be able to taste it. So you see now this is well and truly split. So first of all, little dash of milk, gently fold it in. You can start to feel that cold milk pulling together the starch in the potato and the butter, and it starts to form and thicken up. Salt first. So we're gonna season a little bit at a time. And by resting it, again, it's firming up a little bit. When it is a perfect mashed potato in terms of the amount of butter that's in it, it will fall off your spatula. So now, we're gonna do our oil. Okay, so there it is. It's my eucalypt smoked mashed potato with native thyme oil.
Yum. Make sure I get some of
Yeah,
this
make sure
oil.
you get some of the oil.
How is it, guys? It's so good. It's so yummy.
Oh, wow.
Texture? Tell me.
The texture is absolutely perfect. So smooth.
So it's smooth?
Yeah.
Bit of bounce?
Yeah, so it holds itself. It's not sliding everywhere.
So there isn't equal quantities of butter to potato in there, but it's not far off it.
So subtle as well. Like I've never tasted eucalypts.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Joel.
Today I'm making a beef red wine and pepperberry pie. I know that the critical thing about the pie is going to be getting the pastry right, and I want to make sure that I focus on that to start with. I'm reasonably confident with cooking pastry, but this is going to be really tight for time today. 90 minutes seems like a long time, but to make a pie, you've got to make that pastry shell, you've got to rest it, you've got to blind bake it, you've got to bake it with the filling, you've got to make the filling. There's a couple of things that I'm sort of trying to aim for here. One is to make sure that the pastry is cooked through, and just make sure that it's nice and crisp and golden. I need to make sure that I do everything that I can to stay here. My short crust pastry is looking good. I need to get it into the fridge to let it rest. Pastry's looking good. I'm just going to roll it out, let it rest a little bit more. I grab some pie tins, roll out the pastry and put them in the tins.
Oh, are you doing two different versions of the same pie?
I'm just making two so that I've got one kind of test.
Are you going to swoop down on this challenge and bring us something delicious?
I'm certainly hoping so, Matt.
And your pastry's looking good?
Yes.
You're going to bring us a pie that's going to make us go, wow?
I certainly hope so.
All we want is premiership pie.
I grab my pie tins from the fridge. The pastry's been resting in there, but I need to blind bake them now. That pastry needs to be cooked through before I put the filling in, otherwise it'll be soggy. With 40 minutes to go, and I'm just trying to get everything together. My beef is nearly cooked. My tart shells are blind baking at the moment. It's going to be, I'm really going to be pushing it for time here.
Good stuff. Go, Matt, you can do this.
With 30 minutes, I'm really pushing it for time. And I'm taking those pie shells out of the oven. They've cooked through beautifully, and I'm putting the filling in there. Come on, Matt. I need to give it an egg wash just to make sure that that pastry comes up nice and golden and brown.
Hey, that looks all right, doesn't it?
Really pushing it to make sure that that top pastry is cooked all the way through and nice and golden brown. I just hope it's enough.
Are you happy with it? Is it delish?
I think it's delish. Yeah. I just need to get one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. You're going to have to share
I'm
that,
excited. Share what? I'm not sharing anything. That looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I am so excited about this pie.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
You could put that on a cover of a magazine.
Absolutely right.
I don't know about putting it in a cover magazine. I'd put it in a big brown paper bag.
And put it in your mouth.
You could just see Gary sitting at the footy,
Yeah.
watching his
I'd be so happy.
watching his team lose, obviously, and eating one of them.
Smash it.
What is it?
It's beef red wine and pepperberry with bacon and mushrooms.
It sounds good.
Oh, no, that's so good. How good's that?
Oh.
Brilliant.
Mate.
It's mighty fine pie.
Yum.
I'm going to eat all of this, so just make yourselves comfy.
This is absolutely delicious, and quite frankly, we should call you the Pied Piper, because you're the one everyone has got to follow. Often with pies, we love the filling, it's delicious. The great thing about this pie is the filling is delicious and bacon is wonderful, the meat's beautifully cooked, but the pastry is the thing you really love. And to make a pie where the pastry is the hero, not the filling, that's truly great pie making.
It's the best pie I've ever eaten on this show in 7 years. Well done. Thank you. Tell me he's not safe.
What, he's safe?
Yeah,
of course he's safe.
Go upstairs, go on. Up you go.
Really?
Go on. Yeah, that's amazing.
Brilliant.
No,
We're going to cook something really rustic and hearty. We're going to do a Lancashire hot pot. You know, it's very simple. It's, you know, we're in the countryside, so it's a country dish, a homely dish, a hearty dish, which I love. I just need someone to come up and help. Brent, you can come up and help. You can come close to me. You've prepped kidneys before, right? And I tend to open them up, but it's really about just removing that little bit of sinew inside the kidney, okay, and just cut them in half. So if you can do those for me, that'd be great. And we've got some chump chops. I season well before I seal, and I season again after I've sealed. And actually, Brent, can you pass me a little bit of thyme? And just little bits. Great. So into the pan, caramelise really well. Onions. Garlic. There's a lot of garlic in there. There's about 8 cloves, because as it's stewing, as it's braising, the flavour softens and it's delicious. Reinforce the seasoning every stage. And I'll grab some thyme leaves again, actually. Brent. And a couple of bay leaves. And a couple of sprigs of rosemary. Very simple flavours, but really delicious. So they're going to take about 4 or 5 minutes to really soften, drag some colour out. They don't have to be really, really brown. It's just about getting the flavours going and introducing a little bit of colour. And then these chump chops, I want even more than that. I want that kind of that kind of caramelisation there. What else can I get you to do? You can slice some potatoes for me, actually. These potatoes are going to go on top of the stew. Yep. So if they're too thin, they'll just crinkle up and be dry. So I'm going to put the bacon in. Right, so I've sealed the lamb, nice and caramelised. So I want to take these out of the pan, and then what I want to do is just reinforce the seasoning. So just a little bit, not too much, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and more of the picked thyme. And then in with the kidneys. And the kidney's only going to take a minute or 2. I need stout. And then what I'm going to do with these caramelised onions, now they're nice and soft and a little bit caramelised, is just whack in 1 bottle of that Guinness. I'm going to save a little bit, actually, because I'm going to deglaze this pan. So you whack the kidneys out, put them on that plate. Yeah. And I want to make sure that I lift all of the sediment off the bottom of this pan. So now what we're going to do is deglaze the pan with the rest of the stout. And then obviously this stage is important, getting all of that beautiful sediment off the bottom. So what I'm doing now is going from using 2 pans now to putting it all in the 1 pan that I'm going to cook with. So really all I want to do now is just get that down until I start getting a little sweetness from the Guinness. So in go our chops. And also all those juices are going to go in as well, right? So, and finally, in go our kidneys and bacon. I'm going to put in about a cup of that really good lamb stock. And then I'm going to add just a couple of spoonfuls of chopped tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes if you want. And we need to put in some Worcestershire sauce. And this is part of the essential Northern English part of the dish, I reckon. If it doesn't have it in, it ain't a hot pot. So everything's in there, caramelised lamb, caramelised kidneys, caramelised bacon, caramelised onions, the herbs, the Worcestershire sauce. Let's put spuds on. 1 in the middle, but then I would probably start on the outside.
Yep.
And just work your way around. Like that. Right, okay, some little bit of melted butter and some thyme. Yeah, pass me the thyme. Butter. The butter. Yeah. It's just to, you know, almost like little roasted potatoes on the top as it's cooking. Just some little leaves. Right, all we've got to do now, pop a lid on. That goes into the oven, 180 degrees for 20 minutes. Then take the lid off, brush it with a little bit of butter, melted butter, and then another 1:45 hours until those potatoes are lovely and crisp. And then what I do is just brush it with a bit of butter once or twice during that cooking, just to kind of reinforce that toasty, roasty, crisp potato. All right, let's just chuck that in the oven. Beautiful. Okay, the hot pot's ready to take out of the oven, and now to serve that with our sprout salad. That is yum. Smell that. So a little bit of butter just to shine it up and reinforce the fresh thyme notes. So that's my Lancashire hot pot, my childhood memory with sprout salad with fricot. Right. Have some salad. I'm enjoying the salad, actually.
Yum. Yeah, that sounds delicious.
So good.
Yum. Oh, that's beautiful. So comforting.
Don't worry about that.
But this is definitely something I would try to cook at home.
Right, off you go. Last mouthful.
Chickens, we're keeping them whole?
Yeah, or we can debone them and stuff them.
Today we have to cook 4 types of birds. There's chicken, turkey, squabs and pheasants. Wow. We want to show some technique today, and so Emma's going to debone the entire chicken, and then we're going to stuff it and turn it into a chicken ballantine. And Lucy's making a squab pie.
We're all getting started on these birds because they need a lot of prep work to start off, a lot of man force. So obviously I'm on the turkey at the moment.
As the captain of the blue team, I've decided that the boys will work on the edible garden and the girls, Samira and Nolene, will work on the poultry. Nolene's probably roasted more chooks than everybody else combined here in this room now, and that experience is going to count a lot towards the challenge today.
This is what I love doing. This is my type of cooking. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
Today we're going to keep it simple. We're going to stuff and roast the turkey, the chickens and the pheasant. Samira will pan fry the squab. The turkey's got to be cooked on the crown, so that means that we've got to take off the drumsticks and the thighs and the wings.
Come on, let's get moving, because we've got to get them on.
A whole turkey on Christmas Day or Thanksgiving takes an entire day. So because we're doing it on the crown, we need at least 2 hours to get this turkey cooked.
Forget everything else, turkey stuffing now.
What else do you want me to chuck in with these crumbs?
I want basil. We definitely need basil. Just full of flavour, we need sumac.
I've got sumac.
Yeah, just do it, please.
We know about flavours, and the stuffing's going to bring beautiful flavours to the turkey.
Push it. It's really got to be pushed in hard.
Yeah, that's pretty
Middle
pushed.
Eastern push, come on.
Nolene's telling me, push it in, and I can't push any more in, and she still wants more in. I'm so not listening now. We shove it straight into the oven and get on to the rest.
Get her in.
Okay. One down,
come on.
Today I'm just putting some simple citrus in the cavity of the turkey. The citrus is going to permeate through the turkey just to give it an added flavour. We decided not to stuff our turkey because the stuffing won't allow heat into the cavity and it probably won't cook in time, so I'm not willing to take that risk. Now it's time to get started on the pheasant. In with my pheasant, I have parsnips, heirloom carrots, shallots, thyme, rosemary, lots of aroma so it can permeate through the oven and get a nice flavour into this pheasant.
Today I'm making a puff pastry. I need to roll it out as thin as possible, fold it and get it in the fridge to rest, and then repeat that process another 2 times.
We're going to make a squab pie. It feels very medieval. 4 and 20 pigeons baked in a pie.
What are you making?
Puff pastry. We're just doing a little
puff pastry.
Pigeon pie.
Have you practiced this?
Maybe because I'm the bottom of my Portuguese house.
Ah. Wouldn't you just make a nice short pastry or a lard kind of pastry?
Well, it's going on top, and while it's resting, I'm able to do other things.
Yeah, but it's a lot of effort. Like, you could make a short pastry really quickly.
Yeah.
Why go the rough puff?
This is crazy!
It kind of is. I hate to point out the obvious.
We could have done a short crust pastry and saved us a lot of time, but a short crust pastry has no place on top of a pie.
So can you explain to me the pie? So what are you...
We've got squab, bacon, mushroom, shallots.
Oh, delicious.
And it's going to be just filled with lots of stock and red wine and yumminess.
Right. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Samira, when we've done this, I'm gonna cook him like that, but when we do it,
we pin him back.
We pin him back, because once he's cooked, the beak will open up, all right?
Yep. Next thing I do is stuffing the pheasant, and I'm using whole onions, whole garlic, and I'm talking skins and all.
I love that you're keeping the head on.
Oh, yes.
True medieval style.
Yeah, we're upset the feet aren't on.
Do you think...
Right, go on, tell us.
Do you think those onions are going to cook?
I do.
Inside the pheasant?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Samira goes, you can't say that to him.
Maybe cut the onions smaller.
She loves Heston.
Oh, Samira. 15 minutes to go, the turkey comes out and we allow it to rest for 15 minutes.
Well, they say if it runs clear, it's cooked. It's running clear.
All the birds look absolutely magnificent. Now we have to think about presentation.
In medieval cooking, they used to sometimes present these cooked meats as mythical creatures.
Yeah.
And there is one dish where there's a little suckling pig and the roasted chicken sits on the pig with a spear
So we can get
and
that
a shield.
on the turkey.
You could sit it on the turkey. You see what I mean? Yeah. Oh, turn him round. Look, there's another option.
Oh, we can shove him in the neck.
We can shove him in there.
This idea has come up where we're going to place the pheasant on top of the turkey. And Nolene is in her element. She's in heaven.
And give him here. Doing some from here all the way down in with the
Beautiful. Done. It's secured.
And it looks really terrific. It's really fitting for the meal that we've prepared.
We've got everything on a plate, which is an amazing effort. But at the same time, presentation is going to be as much as a factor as taste. So looking down at our poultry, it's a worry to me.
Oh, here's the garden.
Oh, well done.
Don't drop it. We walk our garden and I look at the garden and it looks amazing. Like, I'm really happy. It looks beautiful.
Oh, okay. It's not bad.
Right, let's dig in.
The pie is absolutely fantastic. Try the pie. You know what I'm impressed about is the flavours from all of the cooking of the game birds and the poultry. The chicken that they rolled and stuffed, it actually tastes really good. And I love the pigeon pie.
Turkey is good. It's a notoriously hard bird to cook perfectly.
Let's have a little look in the garden.
I love it.
All right, dig in, get your hands in, you know, it's medieval.
Are you sure that this is not dirt? Dirt. Oh my God, that's so weird. It's not dirt.
Heston, how's the red team done? Give the garden. What do you think?
I think they've done a great job. I think the beasts have done a good job. I like the way that they've generously filled it with vegetables.
Don't understand why they use shop-bought mayonnaise when they could have...
Oh, is it shop-bought mayonnaise?
They could have just made mayonnaise. In saying that, I have to agree, there's lots of great flavour. Big task today.
So, guys, what do you think about the garden?
You're looking at it thinking it's a garden, and the taste just hits you, and it's that nice surprise.
And it looked like dirt, and it felt like dirt, and then you ate it and it wasn't dirt, and it was like, what's happening?
I think it's time to get the blue team in and see what they've done. Oh, here he comes. Just general. Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
We're walking the birds into the hall and the guests go, wow.
That is just something.
I couldn't be more sure of the fact that we've got this in the bag.
I think looking at our poultry and looking at our game birds, I think we've done more than the red team has. But with looking at the garden, theirs look much better than ours. But I'm hoping the fact that we did our own mayonnaise and the red team didn't, I think is going to be enough for us to win this challenge today.
The pheasant turkey. You went for it. Good. I like the fact you've done that. Because it is the most accurate nod to medieval food that we've had so far.
Yeah. Love it.
OK, guys, thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Please enjoy.
Good on Nolene and Samira. If we win today, I owe everything to them.
This meat looks delicious and sumptuous. Right, this is a blue team's effort. Let's taste.
Sprouts.
Ever eaten an edible garden before?
I think with the carrots, it works the best. The carrots is beautiful.
Love the chicken. Moist, juicy.
Chicken's good.
Really delicious.
It's probably the best piece of the cooked meats that we've had
totally.
today.
The pigeon is beautifully cooked as well. So there's some good meat cooking there.
Mixed feelings about the stuffing on the pheasant. I don't understand. They've got bread in it and then onions with the skin on, which is weird.
I've never seen that before. Interesting.
I think what they've done well, particularly with the game birds and the poultry, is gave us a little bit of that medieval feel and fun. You know, when it came into the room, we all looked at that little pheasant sitting on top of the turkey. It was very typical of that era.
This morning was the most stressful cook I've ever had, so I'm feeling quite like I need to prove myself.
I have never been so embarrassed of a dish that I've put up in the MasterChef kitchen. So in this cook, I really need to get it perfect.
So, a layer cake again?
No, I will not be doing a layer cake again.
No, I bet your layer cake's great.
I'm going to make a beetroot and rosemary sorbet, and that is to complement my salted chocolate tart today.
I love, love, love salt with chocolate.
Yes, same. It's so good.
It's such a sigh of relief when I get the tick from them. So I really put my head down and I just work, work, work. Everything's running on track at the moment. My chocolate tart coming along really well. I didn't really put up a dish in the mystery box that I'm proud of, so I really want to redeem myself. I want to show Nigella just what I can cook. I've never wanted anything so much.
1 minute to go! 1 minute, come on!
I start piping my meringue onto the plate and I caramelise it with a blowtorch. I have my beetroot and rosemary sorbet out of the blast chiller. Rosemary and beetroot go really well together, and I also know that beetroot and chocolate go well together, so I figure it's a match made in heaven. I'm so proud of myself for turning my last cook around into this. I know that all the flavours are amazing. I really want to redeem myself and show Nigella just what I can cook, and I really think I've done that in this dish.
Ooh, look at that.
What's the dish?
I made a salted chocolate tart with a beetroot sorbet.
Look at the colour on that beetroot. That is beautiful.
Wow.
I just adore these flavours.
Thank you.
I find this is absolutely heavenly.
My mouth is singing, I'm salivating. It's bitter, delicious.
I'm
going back for another one.
I'm the guest.
I'm blushing.
I'm so happy for you, Mimi. I'm so
I'm even happier for me.
Yeah. Just, you know, you pushed at the bench. Incredible, incredible,
you.
incredible. Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
It's also more important after the night we had this morning. You know what I mean? There's no better moment in this kitchen than when you go from the depths of disaster to true triumph, and that's what you've done.
This is my comment.
Thank you.
Nigella just gave me a kiss. I'm never washing my cheek. It's just so exciting. She's my food idol, and to have her love my food this much is unbelievable. I never, ever expected this.
Next up, Zoe.
I've made a white chocolate and raspberry tart with sesame and poppy, nougatine and a lychee and rose sorbet.
It takes you to some fragrant place. It's making me smile, and when cooking does that, it's everything.
Thank you.